Alright, welcome for a unique style video this time on this channel. And because I'm reaching the end of the year, I decided to try and rank some of the figures and resin statues that I got this year. I got the idea while opening, I think it was the Hinata statue, and I was thinking, what is one of my favorite figures slash statues that I have? And then it kind of got me thinking, I kind of want to see how I feel about every figure that I bought. And yeah, I decided to just do this. I wouldn't say on impulse, but out of curiosity to see what I would put as some of my favorites, some that I kind of regretted, and also just to celebrate the end of another year and starting a new year, 2025. Goddamn, the years are flying. For the pictures, I was thinking about taking pictures of my figures, but that'll take way too long on my part, so I just decided to use the thumbnails that I used, and I think that works. I think it looks good enough. Also, for the categories, I was gonna add at least 7 categories to make it easier on myself, but I honestly didn't know how to do that, so I'm gonna just put it at 5. It's decent enough. For the top one, I put surpass expectations, highlighting the S being the best. Second would be would buy again, highlighting the A for A. I was originally gonna put would buy again on top, but I kind of like the way I did that with the S surpassed and all that. So yeah, surpass expectations, would buy again. B, I just put pretty average. Those are one that are just, you know, normal. I didn't think too much. I wasn't disappointed or nothing. The C, I put slight disappointed, ones that I guess I didn't really like as much as I thought I would. And for the last one, I put D, regret purchase, something that just completely let me down, feeling dejected. That is one that if I had a chance, I would not buy again, or maybe one day sell or throw away. But I don't think there's anything to that degree that I bought that I really regretted. So I don't know if I'm even gonna put anything there, which is why I kind of regret purchase does seem a little harsh. But you know, I'm sticking with it. Let's just see what I'll put where and what. Hopefully I didn't miss any figures. I just kind of dumped everything onto the page. I don't know if anything's missing or not. I guess the very first video that I made was the Mihawk and Shanks made by Megahouse, which is this one over here. And I guess it was a pretty strong bar. I've already had figures beforehand, but this is the first one that I decided to record. I think I would put this on would buy again because they look amazing. They're still one of the coolest figures that I've gotten, and I have a soft spot because it's like Shanks and Mihawk. They have like I guess a rivalry or some sort of brotherhood in the show, friendship or whatnot. I think I would put on would buy again. I really like how they look. Next one is Robin. I think made by Bandai Spirits. I'll be honest, it was pretty average. Oh man, it looks really good, and I might put it on slight disappointed on one thing, and that is the height. This was before, for some reason, I didn't check the heights of some of these figures, which I really should have to make sure what fits where in my room. I was slightly disappointed by the height of this figure. It's really small, but I really like how it looks as well. So I'm put it on average. Put it on average. Next one is Nyanners, a VTuber. I used to watch like back in 2020 and 2021, around there. Didn't watch her for too much. Pretty average as well. I do like her black dress that she had. Alright, this next one is pretty obvious to me, and anyone who's seen any of my content of anything Bleach related. That is a Rukia in her Bankai state, made by Chocobo Studios. That is going to be an easy S tier. They surpass expectations, and I would buy again. I would buy again because I really like how it turned out, especially the face sculpt and how it came out. I think that's pretty clear, so I'm gonna just first S, and it's Rukia. Moving on, it'll be Yamato, another One Piece figure. Man, I'm gonna be honest, the Megahouse, anything made by Megahouse and One Piece related always looks so good, and this Yamato one, I would buy again. It just looks so good. I love the shading, I love the pose, the coloring, it's just so good. It's so good. Next one, we got Konosuba Aqua, a pop-up parade. This one, I guess it's pretty average. Also, the Nyanners was a pop-up parade as well. I think that's pretty average. I do like Aqua. I've been meaning to get more Aqua figures, and I'm gonna be honest, when I first started collecting figures, or freeing figures, the bunny suits, I wasn't a fan of the Megumin and Aqua figures at the time, and I'm still not a big fan of the Megumin one. However, over time, every time I seen the Aqua one, I really like the Aqua freeing figure. However, it's either sold out on most sites or the price is too much, which is it left me pretty disappointed, to be honest, because I really want the Aqua Fring figure now. And I don't know if it'll ever get a re-release. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll get one. Next here on the list, I have Erza, which is another Pop-Up Parade, but XL. And I really like how this one turned out. I really like it. Just a standard armor. Not a big pose, just has her standing, holding her sword. Doesn't take up too much space. Honestly, I would buy again. And funny enough, I don't think I've ever mentioned this anywhere else. I actually bought this Erza figure off of Crunchyroll, the Crunchyroll store. And then for whatever reason, like months later, they sent me another one. So I ended up getting 2 of these Erza figures, which is the first time it's ever happened to me. Don't know what happened there, but yeah, I just had an extra one and I ended up giving that one to my brother. So yeah, I've heard Crunchyroll store is not the greatest place to buy things from, which I really don't buy anything from there. I only bought like, I think 2 or 3 figures, and then never again I bought from Crunchyroll, this being one of them. So yeah, if they make a mistake like that, I don't know, it just doesn't feel too trustworthy, I guess. Next one, it is a Naruto figure, Temari. This was made by VC Studios, I believe. And I'm gonna be honest, when I'm collecting figures, some of the requirements I guess that I go through when deciding to purchase anything, obviously how it looks, do I like the character, do I like the show that the character's from, stuff like that. And I've always liked Temari from Naruto. It just, she never had a big presence. She never really did anything as well. She just looks cool, and I love her wind abilities. So I decided to just get this one when I saw it on sale. And I gotta be honest, it was pretty average. I mean, it looks good, but I think it's just pretty average within expectations. I didn't expect it to really blow me. It didn't really blow me away when I first got it. I do like the base it had though. It was really good. Next one is another Shanks figure. This one being made by LX Studio. I think I would buy again. I really like how it turned out. I like the pose, the effects it came with. I love the coloring, and the cape looks really cool. I probably would buy again. Yeah. And you know what, thinking about this, yeah, I feel like C and D are a little too harsh. Slight disappointed, regret purchase. I think I might just put slight disappointed on the bottom, and for maybe I'll do this. You know what, I think for C, I would put could have been better. I don't even know if that's even better than what I had before, because I kind of want to put Temari here. Like, she was average, but I feel like it wasn't worth the purchase. Maybe for a Temari fan, it would be really great. I don't know. I do kind of regret getting this one, even though she does look amazing. Yeah, I think this feels right. Because if you tell me, I would not regret buying these 3 on top, but this one I kind of do for some reason. I don't know, but I think this feels better. The next one is a pretty interesting one. That is Konan, another Naruto figure. This being made by Dream Studio. And it was quite large. I love the base, I love the pose, I love Konan's design. This one, I'm gonna be honest, it's like right here, surpassed expectations. I really like how it turned out, but I don't know if it's S tier, you know. I would put here, and you know, I should also put these in order of what I would like, as in actually this is all good. This one, I like this. I really like this Aqua figure, and I like it so much that it kind of convinced me to buy more Aqua figures, because I really like the character as well. He's really awesome. Yeah, this feels good. Yeah, I'll put Konan right here and would buy again, and it's right there, close to surpass expectations, because I want to be honest, I just also like how big it is. It looks really cool. Yeah, that feels good. Next up, we have Sanji in his Germa outfit, Osoba mask, if you will. This one looks really good, but I don't know if I would put it in A. This one feels like a solid B. I really like how it turned out. The pose looks really cool. The shading, like everything about it, it's so good, but it's everything within expectations. So I think it's high average. On the other hand, the Zoro one with his Asura mode, I would probably put on would buy again. It looks really cool. I've always been a fan of Zoro using his 9 sword style. So having a figure really displaying it, it's really cool to look at. Probably the best Megahouse figure for this one. Yeah, I think that works. After talking about those two, Sanji and Zoro, this Luffy statue made by TH Studio is one of the coolest figures that I've bought. I remember being blown away when I first unboxed it and just seeing the details, how it felt, the heaviness, the size of it. Everything about this figure it just blew me away, and it made me an instant fan of TH Studio, and I do love their works. Even what he's using like a Kong Gagling, I think. It's easily surpassed expectations. It is so stunning. Easily one of my favorite figures, man. And if I'm being honest, I think it might be even better than the Rukia one. Man, I'm super biased on Rukia, but you know what? I think as of right now, that has been one of my favorite figure statues that I've gotten during this time as I was unboxing all these. Yep. I think that works. Some of these are also slightly out of order on how it was being uploaded. The next figure would be this one. This being Yor from Spy Family, made by Atlas Studio. Where would I put Yor? I love how it looks. I love the pose. I love the details on the dress, and I really like the character. But I don't know if I would buy again. I think as of right now, this is the highest average. Yeah, that feels right. Also, I'm giving it points because it came with it came with the nude version, which also looks pretty great. So yeah, I think that works. There is still quite a bit, so I might rush it here. The next one would be Milim, made by Alter. This one is really cute, adorable. I love how she's holding Rimuru. I love the pose. I also like the base. I don't really know what it is. It's like a green bluish thing swirling around her leg, or she's standing on. I think I would put it above Yor. Oh no, okay, there we go. I would put it above Yor on average. I don't know if I would buy again. This is really interchangeable. I guess the reason I'm putting it above Yor is honestly just the Rimuru. She's like holding Rimuru, and that's a really cute detail. Yeah. The next one I have on the list is the Devil Fruits. This one I kind of bought on impulse. I saw it on sale. I thought it'd be cool to own Devil Fruits since I really like One Piece. They do look cool. I got the transparent versions. There was a version that kind of accurately painted them as how they would look in the anime, but I kind of got ones that are more glass-like. I think I would put this one on average. On where though? Maybe right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent. Next one, I got Best Girl Roxy Migurdia from Mushoku Tensei. I think it was made by Kadokawa, I believe. I love the pose. I love the character. Yeah, this one I would buy again. Maybe right here. As I'm going through this as well, I am finding myself to being biased because sometimes I like the character enough to push it above others. Because I think the Erza one looks far cooler than the Roxy one, but I kind of like Roxy a bit better. Also, I kind of like Mushoku Tensei better than Fairy Tail, so I am being biased here. I will not lie. I still think the Yamato one still looks far cooler than the Roxy one. All right, that feels right. The next one I have on the list is a Nendroid, the first and only Nendroid that I bought. And yeah, I think this might be my first slight disappointed. I have always seen Nendroids around. I do like the chibi style, and the way you can customize it to be in any way you see fit is a really cool detail, but I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of annoying to deal with, removing faces or moving it around, having it to stand around. And I decided to buy this one. It is Ironmouse. I did like Ironmouse. She was, how should I say this? I guess one of the very first VTubers I found, and I watched her the longest. I kind of stopped watching her around the beginning of 2023, I think. Started 2020, 2023. So I watched her for a pretty decent amount of time. I pretty much lost interest in VTubers altogether. But I did want something that, you know, reminded me of my former Oshi, if you will. And it was also a good time to see how I'd feel about Nendroids, so this was my first purchase of it. It kind of left me not wanting to ever buy another Nendroid. However, there is one exception, and I've been wanting to buy a Roxy Nendroid, but I haven't found one that I like price-wise. I do hope it gets a re-release whenever season 3 comes out or something like that, because I would like a Roxy Nendroid. I think that's the only exception that I will make. Alright, onwards. This one is also I kind of saw on sale and I bought on impulse, but also something I feel like it was really worth it. That is this Dragon Ball One Piece Naruto Childhood Dream, I believe it's called, made by CG Studio. It basically has a Dragon Ball standing on a kunai knife with a headband around, wearing a straw hat. And because I'm a big fan of all those shows, I thought this was a really cool little item to get. It's pretty small and it's easy to move around. You know, I do not regret it at all. I really like it. Maybe I'll put it right here next to the Devil Fruits. Yeah. Though I guess the one thing I did not like about this one is that it had no bleach representation. So I did kind of buy like a keychain and put it next to it. Have the big three and then Dragon Ball added. Yeah, I think that's good. The next two, it is both the Utas resin statues made by Tiny Studios. And while I did like them, I did like the pose that they're both in. It's two of them, one with a jacket and one with their wings out. The base was really cool. I do like the character. However, these did came in broken and it left me feeling pretty disappointed. If I'm being honest, it could have been better. They could have been better. The one saving grace of these figures is that the base is really cool. I think I'll put them down here. They could have been better. Yeah, that feels right. All right, still got a lot to go. Here's the next one. It is a One Piece statue made by TH Studio, that being Reiju, Sanji's sister. I love the size, I love the base it came in, the effects looks really cool, love the coloring it gave to it. But would it be on wood by again? I think the only thing I disliked about this figure in particular was, I believe it was the face sculpt. Just the face itself didn't seem right. Everything else is pretty 10 out of 10. I think it'll be the top of average, just for the sheer fact that it's a pretty big statue and it does look cooler than the Milim and your one. So top of average. The next two are both from Demon Slayer, that being Tomioka Giyu, made by Jian Studio, and Shinobu Kocho, made by Cross Studio. I really like the pose for Giyu. Probably my favorite part of this statue is the water effects. It looks really great. The paint job is really cool. The pose is really cool as well. I love how the face turned out. This one might be top of average. I'm thinking about it over right now. I think the water base really carries this statue. However, for Shinobu Kocho, this one would be on wood by again. Love the pose. Again, the base for the statue, it is so well done. It is a reference to one of her fights. I also love the face sculpt given to this statue. And also the base turns on lights. A really nice detail. Better than the Shanks, better than the Erza, better than Roxy, better than Yamato, better than Shanks and Mihawk, but I don't think it's better than Zoro. Third place on a wood by again. Oh man, it might be better than Zoro just because I really love the base. But once again, I think in terms of character, I like Zoro far more than I love Shinobu Kocho. So she will be put in third place on a wood by again. Now the next two, oh boy, these two I believe were my first freeing figures. Both from the show Kaguya-sama Love is War, that being Chika and Kaguya herself. I was a bit apprehensive when I first bought these figures. I love Kaguya-sama Love is War so much, it's probably one of my top 5 animes of all time. I have read the manga, big fan, so I was really happy that I finally decided to get some Kaguya figures. I was determining whether to get the bare leg or the ones with the stockings, and I kind of, if I'm being honest, I kind of like the bare legs versions most of the times with these figures. Fujiwara on wood by again. If I'm being honest, the height of these figures really elevates it to me, but I would probably put it below Shinobu Kocho and above the Shanks and Mihawk figures. The Kaguya figure, however, it really blew me away. When I first ordered these two, I expected to like the Chika one far better, but nope. The Kaguya one, it was so perfect to me. I loved how the face came out, the pose she's in, the hair. Honestly, it was this one that made me fall in love with freeing figures itself. And my third S tier figure. Once again, I am biased because Kaguya is probably my favorite character in that show. So yeah, this feels excellent. My third S tier. Next one on the list is a ReZero character, that being Rem, in a black wedding outfit, I believe. This was made by Yomi Studios. I'm gonna have to think about this one. Now that I have a big list of characters here, I can see, or rather feel, on how I might put the rest of these rankings. The thing that stands out of this figure is the base and the coloring of it, but it didn't really blow me away. This feels like an average tier statue. I might put it above the Aqua one because I love the details given to this figure itself. This one also being a cast-off might help it above Sanji. I do love Rem more than Yor, but I still think the Yor one looks cooler. Yeah, I like this. I think Yor still looks cooler even though I like Rem better as a character. And it being a cast-off elevates it enough to be above the Sanji one. And I love her umbrella. That helps. The next one being Megumi from Konosuba in her red prison outfit. Man, I love Megumi as a character. I love the outfits as well. The spin-off show with her in it was really funny. I really enjoyed it. If I'm being honest, I kind of wish we saw more of the other characters in the school, and I kind of wish we saw her more in the school as well. I was pretty surprised she graduated like near the middle of the season, if I remember correctly. But on this specific figure, it is pretty average. It would probably be on par with this Aqua one, probably above it just because it's a pretty big figure. Finally, another Bleach statue here, that being Uryu Ishida. Oh boy, this one, when I first saw this on sale and I decided to pre-order it, not gonna lie, I was feeling some regret. For one, I don't really like Ishida too much. Not the biggest fan of his character. The only reason I decided to get it was also because it's in his 1000-year Blood War outfit when he joined the Vandenreich. But if I'm not gonna lie, it looks really, really cool. I love the base. I love the effects on it. I love he has his new bow on it. The outfit looks really, really cool. I think the one thing I disliked about it was how the face came out. The glasses look a little crooked. But yeah, this one kind of blew me away. I would put it on would buy again. Just for the sheer fact, as I mentioned, I don't even like Uryu Ishida too much. But man, I was feeling pretty hyped when I first unboxed it and I saw the details and how it looked the first time I saw it. It warrants on getting on would buy again. The next one on the list is Android 18, made by DP9 Studios. This one, oh man, this one, when I was thinking about getting Dragon Ball characters, I've always thought it was going to be at least one of the Saiyans or Z Warriors, but it never occurred to me to get like an Android 18 or a Bulma Videl one, some that I would kind of do want to get, but at the same time, it might not be worth it because I really don't like those characters too much. Android 18 is an exception because she just looks cool, and I really do like her character design. So when I first saw this one on sale, I kind of thought it'd be worth it, and you know what, she kind of was. I do like the fan service aesthetic that they gave to this character. I would probably put it on would buy again. It's also a cast off for the chest area at least, so that elevates it a little bit. I love the red coloring given to the jacket. Maybe I'll put it below, no, maybe I'll put it above the Roxy one, but below the Yamato Megahouse one. Still, this one is pretty tough to beat, the Yamato, because the coloring on it is just really good. So it's kind of hard, when I'm in this area, it's kind of hard to surpass this area. Also on a side note, I'm not surprised that this video that I made for this Android 18 is my most viewed one, but I am surprised by how much it got. I believe it was around like 40,000. God damn, that really took me aback on how much views that video got. But I guess it should be expected because Android 18 is pretty popular. The next one is actually pretty interesting. It is a character I never expected to get a figure released of, that being one of the original Gote captain members, that being, I believe her name is Saito Fudofushi. This one I knew I had to get when I first saw it on sale because out of the original captains, this was probably one of my favorite ones, probably top 3. Love the character design, having its twin tails, like an eye patch. Also the way she smiles kind of reminds me of Grimmjow and Kenpachi a little bit, so that makes me think that she likes fighting or is one of those crazier type of characters that I kind of like. This one I would probably put on would buy again, right below the Android 18. The only reason it's not higher is because the pose is pretty basic. She's just holding her sword, standing upright. Nothing too fancy, no effects, no nothing. It's just the character herself. Alright, oh boy, another Bleach one. One of the most famous waifus in the show, Yoruichi Shihoin. This is her using her lightning abilities in her 1000-year Blood War outfit. Oh man, if not for the issues that I had with this figure, it would have been on would buy again. Well, maybe, you know, even with the issues that I had, it would probably be right here. I love the effects given to it. I love the base, a reference to the destroyed buildings of the War Welt. Love the coloring on the lightning pieces as well. Love the pose. You know what? Maybe above Yamato, maybe above Shanks and Mihawk? No, I don't think I could do that. I'll put it once again, I'll put it right below Yamato. These two are pretty interchangeable, I feel like. I still would put the Yamato above it. I guess the reason I would put it below Yamato is, once again, the coloring for the Yamato is so well done. So I will put this one below Yamato. Next, we got Carrot from One Piece. This one being made by Bandai Spirits, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the figures that I kind of regret getting. The only reason I decided to buy this Carrot specifically is because I already got this Carrot in her Sulong form, and I just wanted to have her in a normal version along with the Sulong version. So, you know, but at the same time, it still looked really good. I would put it on average maybe. Oh no, you know what? Let me think about this one for a second. Yeah, I was gonna put it on could have been better, but I'm gonna put it on the lowest on pretty average. It is pretty average, but it's still really good. I guess the one downside of this figure is the coloring given to it. I feel like it could have been just a little bit better, which now that I say it out loud, it should put it on literally on what I have could have been better, but I like it enough that it's on average. So the next one is in her Sulong form, a resin statue made by Black Cat Studio, I believe. And I think I'm gonna put this one on average as well. I expected more from this one. The only thing that's saving this one is the coloring given to the hair and tail. It looks so cool. The pose is pretty average. I think the one thing that elevates the figure is that I do love Chara in her Sulong form. So it might be above Megumin, but is it above Sanji? You know, I'll put it below Sanji since this Sanji is made by Megahouse as well. That Sanji's still really cool looking. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. All right, back to my second set of frame figures, those being Ram and Ram from ReZero. I was excited to get these figures because, for one, I love the characters, but because after I purchased my first ones with Kaguya and Chika, my expectations for these two were pretty high, and I'm not gonna lie, they didn't really meet them. Specifically, the Ram, it could have been better. Something about it, it just didn't feel right, but for what it is, it's still pretty good looking. And as of this recording, they actually have a re-release of this figure, but with the bare legs. And not gonna lie, I kind of wish I got the bare legs one, because as I mentioned before, I kind of like the bare legs look a little bit better. But with that said, it is average. I would put it above the Reiju and below Giyu. Now, with everything I said about that, Ram actually came out better, in my opinion. And I feel like I think it has to do with the face. Something about the face of this one came out much better than Ram. To the point, I might put her on Woodbye again. Maybe even above Ishida, since I like Ram as a character a little bit better than Ishida, I guess. Yeah, I'll do that. If she was a bare leg version, it might have gone higher. Alright. Oh, this one I did not ever expect to buy. I just kind of saw it on sale one day, and you know what? I bought it because when am I ever going to get a chance to get a figure like this? That being Nami using the 3-sword style made by Kai Studio. I remember seeing the artwork of this going around when Oda drew Nami using the 3-sword style, and I never thought a statue would ever be made for this. And man, it looks so good. I love the coloring on the red dress that they gave her. Love the outfit she's in, and just Nami wielding 3 swords is pretty cool, man. It is on Woodbye again. Oh, I probably would be right next to Zoro. I think that's fitting. But on the other hand, the Shinobu base, it really carries that one. Yes, above Chika and below Shinobu. Oh, but the base for this Nami one does have her standing on top of a pile of treasure. That does fit the character, but I still think the Shinobu base with the ice flowers and her swinging her sword, it's still better. It turns on lights, you know, that gives it some extra points. The next one is a Bleach statue, one that I did not expect to ever get, that being the character Lisa Yadomaru, both having her hollow mask on and the other with just her normal face. I do like the pose. I love the character's outfit, even though the character isn't well known too much. She really doesn't get to do much in the show. If I'm being honest, one thing that elevates this figure is the upskirt shot. I'm gonna give it points for that one, and I would probably put it on Woodbye. No. As soon as I said that did not feel right. On average, I would probably put it above Milim, below Reiju. Yes, as I said, it'll probably be even lower, but like I said, but the upskirt shot, I think elevates it enough. The next one, it is a Genshin character, that being Lumin. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bought on impulse. I don't even play the game Genshin Impact. I just like the character's design, love the outfits, love the sword. I love the base, it's just her standing on a patch of grass. But would I like to buy this one again? That is the question. I don't think I would. She has a cool factor. You know what? I would put her right below Giyu and above Ram. The details given to the outfit really helps this character. If I had played the game and felt more of a connection to the character, it would probably be even higher. But I don't really know anything about Genshin in general, so I think that's a pretty decent spot. Moving on, we have another Ram one, and in her China dress outfit, wielding fans. This one didn't really blow me away. I do like the coloring given to the dress. The pose looks pretty cool. The base is pretty standard. It's just her standing on a rock. Maybe I'll put her right next to the Megumin in her red prison outfit. I do not have the Ram one in her China dress outfit because I bought that one like a year before I started making videos. But if I were to just say, I would probably put that on Would Buy Again. I really like how that one turned out. I think that one turned out far better than Ram. I'm noticing that maybe I just like Ram figures in general more than Ram. However, there is one figure from Ram that I also got like a year ago before I started making videos. Was the one in her maid outfit while she was battling Roswell. That one is easily my favorite Rem and Ram statue, which I also kind of regret not making a video for it. That would probably go on to Would Buy Again, probably somewhere on the top. Oh man, still a lot to go. Okay, maybe I should speed this up. The next two are from Chainsaw Man. The first one, it is Power, made by Furyu. This one, I love Power as a character. I love the base given to this one. It has like a bunch of weapons made out of her blood. I love the poses she's in. Oh man, this one might be the top of pretty average. In fact, I was thinking of buying even more Power figures just after getting this one because it looked really good, but I had to restrain myself because, you know, sometimes I don't want to go out of control here. The top of pretty average. However, now that I'm looking at the list here, I don't know. I feel like the Lumin figure looks far cooler, but as I mentioned before, I just don't know much about the game or character. While on the other hand, I know Power, I've read the manga, and I like her far more as a character. So yeah, you know what? I'll leave it as is. I'll leave it like that. Denji, however, in his Chainsaw Man form, this one's pretty good, man. Love the pose. I love how he's standing over like corpses with blood splurting everywhere. The details given on the figure itself. This would buy again. I would easily buy this figure again. This one's better than the Yamato's. Once again, like it pushed through that. Better than the Shanks. Ooh, better than a Nami. The base goes pretty hard on this one. It might be better than Shinobu. Do I like it better than Zoro? I don't think so. The Asura form goes really hard. I love the coloring given to that form. It's pretty equal to this Chainsaw Man one, in my opinion, of course. And it's pretty fitting. 3 Chainsaw Mans next to the 3 sword style user. I do like that. Oh boy, this next one. The next one being is also a Luffy in his Gear 5th form. My first Luffy Gear 5th form, because I did end up buying others. Also made by TH Studio, one of my favorite studios that I've been buying from. However, this Luffy statue in general, it had numerous variations. I think it had like 5 different forms of his arm. And I specifically wanted to order the one where his arm is purple because that looked the coolest in my opinion. However, the store that I bought it from didn't really listed it properly, and they ended up sending me this red arm version, which really left me disappointed because I was expecting one thing and ended up getting this other thing that I just did not like how it turned out. Even though the figure itself looks amazing, this could have easily been, honestly, if I just got the one that I wanted, it might have been S tier, maybe. But kind of ranked the one that I got. Man, it's harsh, but I might put it on average. But where specifically? Below Giyu, below Lumin, might be even below the Sanji, and above Carrot. Yes, I think that might be it. It is unfortunate. I did consider just putting this Luffy back in its box after I unboxed it, but I mentioned in that same video that the Luffy itself still looks really cool. I liked how it turned out, and even though I'm not the big fan of the coloring, the red coloring given to the fist, it still looks pretty well detailed. So yeah, I just still have it out right next to my other Luffy ones. But man, it's still so disappointed that I did not get the one that I wanted. So I'll put it on B for average. Yes, the next one is also another mistake. This one being Lucy from Cyberpunk. Also, the studio that they made this, I originally called it the SB Syntha Studio, but it wasn't until I realized, and I learned this from One Piece actually, that it's a word called absinthe. I think, maybe I butchered that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, absinthe. And I think it's a term of alcohol, so that's a pretty cool discovery to learn. But back to this, I never ordered this Lucy statue. The website I ordered it from actually sent me the wrong figure. I originally bought an Orihime one, but somehow they sent me this one by mistake. I did try to return this one. I contacted the store, I let them know what happened. However, after like a month of waiting, they never contacted me back, so I just ended up keeping it. That's also some negative points there. At the very least, I got a character from a show that I've watched and I know who she is, so it wasn't all too bad. However, it's also not the best figure that I've seen of this character. So I'll put her on. Oh man, I kind of want to put it on could have been better, just because of my situation that I was with this one. But I feel like I'm doing a disservice to this figure itself. So I'll probably put it on below average. Oh man, I don't know. Or maybe I'm projecting too much of my feelings onto this figure. I will put it above Aqua. No, below Aqua. Yes, yes. That feels a little bit better. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. The next one, it is Raphtalia from the anime Shield Hero, The Rising of the Shield Hero. I am not the biggest fan of the anime itself, however, I do like Raphtalia. She's pretty much the main reason I ended up watching the show as it was airing, because I was planning on dropping it, but I kind of like Raphtalia in the early parts, and it kind of just kept me going and watching the show. So I decided to get a figure, especially while season 3 was airing. And yeah, she just made the show more enjoyable to me. So I do have a soft spot for this one. Would I put it on Would Buy again? Maybe not. She is wielding a sword. I do have a soft spot for sword wielding characters. With that being said, I'll put her right above Lumin. But if I'm being honest, I think the Lumin looks cooler just because of her dress. Once again, I love the details given to that dress. But Raphtalia does have the pose over her, and I actually know the character as well. So I'll put her right next to Giyu. I still had Giyu over Raphtalia just because, once again, the base of that statue. On to the next one, it is Ichigo in his Bankai form after he was mastering to use Full Bring, made by Bandai Spirits. This one, I kind of regretted getting this one. It is small, and the details given to it isn't the best. I feel like the painting could have been better. It still looks awesome for what it is. It was a pretty cheap figure. I think it was about $30, I think, with taxes and shipping and everything. But I'll put it on could have been better. The top of could have been better. I was gonna put it on average because Ichigo is one of my favorite MCs, but I gotta be honest with this one, it could have been better. Especially since it was my first Ichigo figure. Yup. The next two are from Burn the Witch. Oh, these were actually one of my most anticipated figures. I remember when it first came out for pre-order, and I never expected these characters to have figures made out of them. So I was really excited. I love the bases for both of them. I love the characters, their designs. The paint jobs for both of them are pretty well done. However, the Noelle one kind of left me a little disappointed in the face area. But that's because she is stoic as a character. She doesn't really show a lot of expression, a lot of emotion. It is pretty accurate. And the one downside I've had this one is that it is pretty big. The effects make it hard to put it next to other stuff. I'll probably put it on average. I'm feeling around this area, above Sanji, above the Rem, but I don't think it passes Yor. The dress on that Yor is really good looking, but Noelle does have the effects. Yeah, I'll leave her there. Her partner, on the other hand, that being Nini. Oh man, the one downside for this figure is that it actually came in broken. If you seen my video, her hair came in broken, which left me so sad because when these figures came out, I was originally only gonna buy Nini. Out of the two characters, I like Nini far better than Noelle. In terms of character, in terms of design, I just like her far more. So I was easy gonna get her. So when it came out for pre-order, she was the easy choice to get. I only decided to get Noelle because it would feel wrong to not get one or the other. But even though it came in broken and I had to fix it, I also kind of messed up because I dropped like a bit of epoxy on the leg, kind of ruining it slightly. But even with all that, I love how it came out. I love the face expression. I love the pose that she's in. I love the effects of her as well. This one is an easy would buy again. And in fact, when it first came in broken, I legitimately was considering just buying another one. So where would I put her exactly? Easily above the Android 18. Above, I think it's above Yamato. Yes. Above the Chica, but I think it might stop there. Nami wielding 3 swords, it's such a cool concept, so it's kind of hard to beat that one, especially when it came out as great as it did. So yeah, I'll put her right next to Nami, right between Nami and Chica. You know, see, as I'm doing this, I am kind of surprised on how much I like one figures more than other ones. Like, I knew I like Nini far better than the Noelle one, but to see it like this, it's kind of cool. All right, man, I guess I'm almost done. Has it now been going for over an hour and 10 minutes? All right, I gotta hurry up, but also take my time because kind of enjoying this. I do plan to do this again for 2025 when I get the next wave of figures and statues. Oh, the next one is a fairy tale figure That being Erza Scarlet, a freeing bunny suit figure. And the bare legs version. Oh man, I really want to say S tier. I love how this one came out. Love the pose, love the coloring to the hair, and I just like Erza as a character as well. It might be S tier. Finally, another one in the S tier, maybe, perhaps, mayhaps. Okay, let me see. Do I like it more than Noelle, Nami, Shinobu? Oh, the Denji and Zoro one. Oh, I don't know. See, now that I'm going through it slowly and I'm not trying to make rash decisions here, I was gonna put her in S, but seeing this, I might put it right between Denji and Shinobu. The reason I have her over Shinobu is honestly the size of the figure. It's a pretty big figure. And yeah, I think I also like Erza more, but the Denji still has a cooler base. The pose he's in is really cool as well. Yes, I'm gonna put it in 4th place of the A tier. I was highly considering putting it in the S tier, right next to Kaguya, but I really want to have that one be really special. Good. I like that. Oh, I just noticed the next one. Once again, I'm not even gonna hesitate for this one. This being Captain Rukia from Bleach. Never did I think a studio would make a Rukia figure, and in fact, the studio is Chocobo Studio, the same one that made this a Bankai Rukia. And the pose she's in is actually a pose from the game Bleach Brave Souls, a game which I play and has a soft spot for me. So it's a Rukia figure in a pose from a game I play. It's checking all the boxes, man. However, do I like it more than the Bankai one they made? I kind of do. She has the long hair, and her base comes with a tree with pink flowers. It also has ice spikes around it. Yeah, I think I like it more than her Bankai version. The face sculpt is one of my favorite parts of it as well. I think that might be it. My second favorite from an S tier rank. All right. On to the next one. An Attack on Titan statue, Mikasa Anchorman. Oh boy. Oh, where would I put this one? Let me go over it. The base is really cool. She's standing on like a bloodied, destroyed area. It also comes with an Eren statue. She's standing like on an Eren in his Attack Titan form. I love the details given to the ODM gear. She's holding a thunder spear. The scarf looks really cool. And if you've seen the video, they kind of also enlarged the chest area, making her a little more voluptuous. I think the only downside of this is the face expression. But Mikasa is a character who shows very little expression. She's stoic most of the time, so it's kind of hard to capture that, I guess. But even with that little nitpick, I think I'll put her on Would Buy Again. Above Uryu, but I think not above Ram. Now, you know what? I'm being, it has to be above Ram, just for the details alone given to the outfits. The details, that's what I really liked about this statue. It just looks really, really good. And because, you know, it includes the Eren one, it has to be above Shanks. The Thunder Spear, I'm thinking about it. I did remember this one came in broken. Well, some of the pieces came in broken, but I fixed it enough that I can't really tell. But do I like it more than the Erza one? I would say no. And the reasoning for that is that the Erza one is pretty big. It has a height over the Mikasa one. Oh man, but is that enough? Because when I'm looking at the list, I kind of like this Mikasa one more than the Saito Fudafushi. But I do like the... man, I don't know. I think I'll put Roxy over the Saito one when I'm looking at this like this. However, I do like the face expression given to Saito. I was thinking of putting Erza over her. You know what? While I was thinking it over, I decided to look around my room to look at the figures itself. I think I'll put Erza above Saito, right next to the Roxy one. Yeah, because the details on the Mikasa one, it's really well done. It is really, really well done. I think the studio nailed the job on the statue. I kind of want to put it higher, but yeah, I think I'm going to put it above even Android 18 because the details on it, like as I mentioned, it's just too good to just overlook. It's right on par with this Yoruichi statue. Yeah, that feels much more satisfying now that I'm looking over all this. Yes, it's a good thing I could just look at the figures in person instead of just looking at pictures on my monitor. Oh, yes. Yes. This is the reason I kind of wanted to do this idea of a video to rank all these figures and statue. It is because of this Hinata one. Even though Hinata really doesn't play a big role in the show, I loved her character design from part 1 to part 2. Love the color she's given. The pose of this statue is really great. The base is really cool. It's a callback to her confrontation against Pain, and I love the size. This also comes with her using her lion technique. This also comes with like 3 different heads and exchangeable arms. I think this is easily an S rank. In fact, I remember this being possibly my favorite figure at the time because the quality of it, it's so well done. It's so good. The size, quality, the character, the coloring, everything about it was easily a 10 out of 10. I guess except for the pricing. But that's to be expected, right? For something that amazing. I think that deserves a first spot in the S tier. Yep. Good. The next on the list are from ReZero, that being Rem and Emilia. Now these two, oh man, these two came out so great. They're both like in white dresses. Rem is sitting over a table. I love the coloring giving to this one. The dresses all have nice details. This one, honestly, would buy again. And I think it's appropriate to put it on would buy again because they actually have a re-release, but with a different colors for the dress, that being red. And I genuinely considered buying it again just to get the red versions. And I'm still considering on getting it. I don't know. I might get the Emilia one because I really love Emilia, especially after season 3. I just end up liking her all the more. But for Rem, I would probably put this above the Android 18, but below the Mikasa one, because the details on this Mikasa one, it's too hard to overlook. I'll probably put her right there. Emilia might be right next to the Rem. The only reason I kind of want to put her above Mikasa and Yoruichi is because I kind of like her as a character more than those two. I like the pose, I love the coloring. You know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put her right here just because I think I like Emilia more than Yoruichi and Mikasa. And I really do wish we saw more of Emilia in general in the show. I don't know, I don't know. No, you know what? I can't do that. Even though I do like her more, I do have to rank these at least for the figures itself. And I think these two are a little bit better than the Emilia one. But that is very interchangeable in my mind, these 3 right here. I do like that idea. I'll leave it like that. The next one, it is Erza Scarlet from Fairy Tail. Once again, made by Orca Studios in her samurai outfit. I really love the pose on this one. The coloring is pretty cool. Love the outfit she's in. That's the reason I ended up buying this figure. But is it enough to be on would buy again? Or should I put it on below average? You know what? It is pretty average. It didn't really blow me away. Everything that I kind of expected was expected, and nothing about it really truly blew me away. But it's still really cool looking. It might be the best in average. She's wielding 2 swords. Love the face expression given to the character, and the pants are removable, so that elevates the figure. I really like that detail. Yeah, I think that's the best one in everything on average. Yeah, that's decent. The next one on the list is Robin. It is Robin sitting on her chair. This one I kind of bought on impulse, mostly because, for one, it's Robin. I love the dress she's in, and it was pretty cheap, only being like $99, at least comparable to other resin statues. But it didn't really blow me away. It's not super detailed either, and it's pretty small in size. So I'll probably put it right next to Megumin and Aqua here more on the bottom side, or you know, I'll put her above Ram. Yeah, because I do like the pose she's in, and she's like reading a book, and the chair actually has like fluffy sides, so that's a really nice detail. Yeah, that feels pretty good. And I just like Robin in general. She's awesome. Great character. On to the next one. Yes, Inoue Orihime from Bleach in her 1000-Year Blood War outfit. Definitely had to get this one since the 1000-Year Blood War is currently airing. You know, it's funny enough, this outfit, I really used to hate it back when I was reading the manga and I saw her in this new outfit. I didn't really like it. And not for the fan service. I actually really liked the fan service. One of the first things I liked about it. I won't deny that. It was just mostly, I guess, the shoulders, or I don't know what it was really. I think it just was mainly the shoulders. I didn't really like it, or the bottom dress. But presently, as of right now, I actually really like it. It looks really cool. I love how it's designed in the game in Bleach Brave Souls. The effects of this statue is really good. I love the pose she's in. And the base is really cool. It gave it like having her standing on water. Honestly, I would put on would buy again. And in fact, I kind of did. Because this is in fact the statue I wanted to buy. But the store itself sent me the Lucy one. So I ended up buying this Inoue again from a different website. And yeah, I'll put it on would buy again. I love Orihime as a character. Again, the base and effects of this character is really, really cool. I think I would put her right next to Yamato. I think the one thing that might be lacking in this figure is the coloring. I feel like it could have been better, it could have been brighter in a sense. Yeah. That figure also came with a NSFW version, one in a bikini that is a cast-off. I think I'll just put this one on a pretty average. It's, you know, it's just, and a cast-off is a plus, but it's nothing too great. I'll put it right next to, right below Aqua, and next to Lucy, the one that the store sent me by mistake. I'll put her down there. Pretty average. Oh, would you like that? I don't know why I kind of forgot about this one, but it's another Rukia, and it's in the outfit that she wore during the Hueco Mundo arc when they infiltrated Las Noches. Oh man, this one I really like how it came out. I love the base. I love the pose as she's activating her Shikai. I love that she has the cloak on as well, given to her by Byakuya. The face expression is really good. Obviously, it's going to be an S tier, but where an S tier? It might be above Captain Rukia, but I think honestly, these two are interchangeable. Because I like Captain Rukia, having her long hair, seeing the captain coat, but this one's also pre-time skip Rukia with the short hair, using her Shikai. If I'm being honest, you know what? It has to be above Captain Rukia because this is more of her classic look. Well, Rukia with short hair is the version I like the Rukia the most as compared to Rukia with long hair, since she only showed up for the last chapter in Bleach and for that Hell chapter that came out. So yeah, I think it's appropriate to have this one in third place as my all-time favorites. That Luffy one's still right there, Almost done, almost done. The next two are from One Piece, that being Nami. These being 1/4 scales as well. I'll be honest, this short hair Nami kind of left me disappointed. Well, to say disappointed is a bit disingenuous because I didn't even really like this one from the pictures they had online. The only reason I got this one was because I planned on getting the long hair version, and I just decided to get the short hair version just to have both of them standing side by side. But yeah, in person I didn't really like this one. I do like the pose she's in, but it wasn't the best. I'll put her on average, possibly right next to the wedding Ram one, which is fitting because this one's also a cast-off right next to Ram, who's also a cast-off on this one, and above Sanji just because this is a pretty big statue, that being a 1/4 scale. That said, the long hair version on the other hand, it is a far better in my opinion, has a better base, has a better pose, has a better outfit. This one just her in a straight bikini, and I would honestly put on a would buy again. Nami being one of my favorite characters on One Piece, so I'm super biased on this one, and it's a cast-off, so that's major points. I love the coloring. It might be right above the 3 sword style Nami. The height of this figure is where I give it the most points, and because it's Nami in general, and because this Nami is more of a canon version of this Nami who's wielding 3 sword style, which is obviously not canon. So yes, it is right here. The only reason I won't put it above is Shinobu is because I think Shinobu still has a better pose and base. Even though I like Nami far more than the character, I think it's best if I put her right here. Excellent. The next one is your figure, once again from Spy Family, but I kind of bought this one on impulse. This one has her in a more casual outfit, but it didn't really blow me away per se. It's a pretty big statue, and it has Yor in a ponytail, which is major points. And I do love the coloring on this one a little bit more, especially on the eyes and the legs. It's nothing too special. Oh, and the base is worth mentioning. It is a rose, considering she is the Thorn Princess. So you know what? That gives us some good points. The pose is pretty cool too, as she's like practicing her martial arts or fighting style, I guess. I think it's better than the Ram, maybe better than the Well. Yeah, having her right next to the other Yor one and having it below, that feels pretty good. The only reason I have this one above is because, once again, the dress on this one is really, really cool looking. It can't be beat. Another Genshin character, Barbara. This one, oh, I love the dress given to this character. The details given to the items around her is really well done. Love the paint job. I really like the pose as well. She has her hands up with a wink. The twin toes is a really cute detail. And I kind of wish I knew more about the character because I feel like I would like this character. She does give me Milim energy. I do like this figure probably more than the Licia one. Oh man, I'll probably put her right below Reiju, simply for the fact that the Reiju one is bigger and has a really cool base. And while I do like the outfit of this character more, I think it's not enough to put her over the Reiju one. Right. I was considering putting her next to Lumen, but it wouldn't feel right to have her over both Ram and Reiju here. The next three are all from One Piece. This one being Luffy in his Onigashima outfit, made by Alpaca Studio. But If I'm being honest, this is one of the very few times that I expected to really like this figure, but when I saw it in person, it left me a little disappointed. I did not like the coloring given to the base. The textures on the outfit was not what I expected, especially on the coat. It did not look great. I do like the face expression and the effects. It's really cool, but I gotta be honest, I expected so much more from this figure from the pictures I've seen online, and it didn't really match. And I think I might put it on could have been better. And I think the reason I'm saying that the most is because I already have another Luffy statue in his Onigashima outfit, and I expected it to be on that level of quality, but it just wasn't. So I think I'm gonna put it on could have been better, unfortunately. Even though like I said, I do like the face expression and the effects given to his armament as he's using it. It's really cool. But man, the textures given to the clothes, it just wasn't it. And the base, it just wasn't it as well. And it left me really disappointed. However, these next two, oh man. I'm gonna start off, I was gonna start with Sanji, but I wanna start off with Zoro. These two are both made by Jackstew Studios. Zoro unleashing his slash attacks. I believe referencing to his King of Hell style, since that is his new style he developed in Onigashima. Honestly, I'll put it on wood by again. I love the pose he's in. The effects given to the statue is so cool looking. And I've been wanting just a Zoro in his normal 3 style attack. So I would probably put this one. It has to be above Yamato because the coloring of this statue is also well done. Above the Shanks and Mihawk, above Chika, above Nami, and right next to Shinobu, I think. I think it has to be right next to Shinobu. In fact, I might be better than Shinobu. Oh, these two are very interchangeable. The only reason I kind of want to have Shinobu over Zoro is because her base can actually turn on lights, giving it a better cool looking effect. So I think I'll put it over Zoro for now. I don't think I'll put it over Erza just because this Erza is a pretty big figure. It has a height over the Zoro one. However, Sanji, also made by Jackstew Studios, I gotta say, man, I really want to put it in S tier. First of all, I'm a big Sanji fan. I love his outfit during the Onigashima raid, and him using his Ifrit Jambe. It's so cool. Diable Jambe is also one of my favorite skills or techniques in One Piece. So seeing an upgraded version of it, it was so mind-blowing to witness both in manga and anime. I think the studio nailed this one, but I don't know, is it S tier? For now, I kind of want to give it to the top spots on would buy again, but I am highly considering it on putting it on the S tier. But for now, I'm gonna leave it right there. Easily my favorite figure in this whole category in the A tier. It just looks so good. Love the pose he's in as well. The face expression, the coloring, everything about this figure is just top tier, man. So good, so good. Now the next one, it is my second Luffy figure in his Gear 5th form. This one made by Jian Studio. Oh, this one. Love the face expression, love the coloring, love the pose. It has the giant robot, him standing on it. And he's also holding a lightning bolt, referencing to how he uses his gum lightning back in Onigashima. This one, I might put it, kind of want to put it right next to Zoro and the Chainsaw Man one, right above Erza. Yeah, I think that fits nicely. It's on par with these surrounding figures. I love Luffy far more than the Erza as a character, and I love him far more than Denji here. But I don't think this Luffy statue in particular can beat this Denji's base and pose. It's pretty close though, I would admit, but not enough. The next one on the list is I was considering it just not even putting this on here, the mysterious box, which just, you know, it just turns out to be the manga that I have ordered. And you know what, I was pretty proud to finally own some manga. I really like them. I'm gonna put it on would buy again. It's kind of cheating because I do intend to buy other manga, so technically I would be buying manga again. Fitting, I would say. Moving on, the third Genshin Impact character, that being Aether, the male version of the main protagonist of the game, I believe. He looks cool. Love the details given to the outfit. He's holding a sword. You know, I love me my sword wielding characters. However, I didn't even intend to buy this character. The only reason I ended up getting him is because I thought it would look good right next to Lumin, since they are siblings. But that's really the only reason. I didn't really have the urge to buy it because I like the character's design. It was mostly just to kind of complete a set, to put it right next to his sister. But he still looks really cool. I think I would put him right above this Luffy one, but right below the Sanji Osoba mask. Yeah, because I like the details given to the outfit and the pose he's in better than this Luffy one. But the coloring, I think the Sanji still hasn't beat. Right. Oh, it is time for my next Dragon Ball Z character. That being the man, the myth, the legend, Goku, specifically in his Super Saiyan 3 form. Oh man, this figure was... As soon as I saw this figure when I was scrolling through just a list of what's new coming out, this one, I saw it and I instantly pre-ordered it because, oh man, it's just... I've been wanting a decent Dragon Ball Z character for so long, but I just didn't really know who or what I should get. Like, should I get... Like, if I want to get a Gohan, what type of Gohan? Should I get Gohan during his time against Cell, or a Gohan when he's older? Or should I get a Vegeta, a Goku, anything? And I just ended up landing on getting a Goku, but what kind of Goku? And I decided to get his Super Saiyan 3 form. I guess one of the reasons I decided to get his Super Saiyan 3 form was because I loved his transformation in the original Dragon Ball Z dub, where he spent like over 5 to 8 minutes of just transforming, screaming. And yes, even though it dragged on, it was so hyped to see that play out. And to be honest, every now and then I would just look up the video to see Goku transforming, and it's so cool. It's so cool. With that said, easily S tier, man. It is a 1/4 scale as well, so it's a pretty big statue. I love the effects. His base has towns around it, referencing to the first time he went Super Saiyan 3 against Majin Buu. He even has a halo because he's dead at the time. The details given to the hair is so good. I love the face expression. This figure was just so awesome to finally unbox it and having it displayed in my room. I think it might be my second favorite figure, but honestly, it's a contender to being my favorite. You know what? I'm gonna put it above Hinata. I think this might be my favorite statue that I've gotten. It is just so cool. I love Goku as a character. I enjoy whenever he's having fun, whenever he's mad, whenever he's just training. Yeah, but yeah, I think this might be my favorite statue that I've bought so far. So good. Alright, what's on the next list? The next one has to be Taiga from Toradora. I don't know how I feel about this one, because while I do like how this one came out, Toradora is one of my favorite animes I've seen. Maybe somewhere in top 20, I would say. But it didn't really blow me away per se. It is a freeing figure. Love the coloring on this. I like it. It's a tiger, referencing to her name Taiga. I might put it above Raptalia, but below Giyu. Yeah, I do like the pose she's in as well. I did order another Taiga, but with the bunny suits, bare legs. And that one might be above on Would Buy Again. I think I might like that one even more. But I guess I'll talk more about it whenever I do have it. The next one is another freeing figure. That being Rebecca from Eden's Zero. This one's an interesting one. The first thing I should state is that I absolutely adore the pose that she's in. Love the coloring of the outfits. Love the face expression. And I don't particularly care too much about the character Rebecca. I kind of did like her a little bit more than Lucy while I was reading the manga. But Eden Zero overall kind of just fell off for me. I know that it currently ended already, but I still haven't read the final 20 chapters. I still got to get on that. And I did like her more than Lucy at a time, but as I mentioned, it kind of fell off for me, and I kind of like Lucy more now. But in terms of just the figure alone, just looking at it, it might be on Would Buy Again, because it just looks so good. I think I mentioned in that video that it was my favorite freeing figure at the time, but thinking about it, I don't think it surpasses like per se. I got Erza right here on top, and Kaguya being my favorite one. Having time to think, it's definitely not my favorite one, but it's definitely up there. You know what? I'll put it right next to the Chica. They have very similar vibes to me. Yes. Maybe if the Rebecca was bare legs, I might have liked it more. Perhaps. I don't know. Finally, down to the final 5. Oh boy, I've been going for about 2 hours. I knew this was gonna take me a while, but I hope I'm not yapping too much. Let's see, the next one on the list, it is Ichigo while using the final Getsuga Tensho. Interesting. Where would I put this one? I do love the coloring. I love the pose. I love Ichigo as a character. It's pretty big. However, it's kind of too big. The effects take up a lot of space. It's pretty heavy to move around. And while the coloring for the effects is pretty cool, I feel like the colorings for the body could have been better. I feel like the head sculpt also could have been better. I don't know what it is. I don't think it makes it on the Would Buy Again. Yeah, I don't think it will. But after considering everything, I think it's probably the best one out of an average. I like the character far more than Erza. The coloring is far better. It's pretty big, as I mentioned. Yeah, I think that's the best one and pretty average. Moving on is Bochi. This one, nothing too fantastic about this one. Pretty small. I like Bocchi as a character. I love the coloring, the guitar. Honestly, the guitar is the main reason I actually got this figure. The base isn't anything too big. I would put it right next to... I'll put it right next to Aqua. And right above Inoue. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Next on the list is Sakura Haruno from Naruto. Honestly, I never thought I would get a Sakura one, but I saw when this figure was out for pre-order. I like the pose she's in, I like the coloring, and the base is her standing on a bunch of slugs, referencing to her summoning. I did talk about in the video that while I'm not the biggest fan of Sakura, and in fact I kind of really disliked her in some parts of the story, the one thing I did like about her was always her design. I have a soft spot for pink haired characters. I like the red vest she's wearing, and I kind of like how she has I guess the pink skirt over her shorts, and the gloves is a pretty cool detail. While I don't like the character too much, her design has always been pretty cool to me. And cool in fact that I might be right above Lisa, Barbara. Do I like her more than Reiju though? I don't think so. I think this is pretty good because I do like Sakura's base because it's a reference to her summoning, as I mentioned, being slugs, but it's not that cool to look at. I think Reiju's base is still cooler. Her pose is also much better than Sakura's, and I like Reiju more as a character. This is a decent spot for Sakura, I would say. All right, the final two characters, both being Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. The first one I can say it is easily an average because he's not in a unique pose. He's not even wielding his swords. It is his outfit in 1,000-Year Blood War, but it's nothing too fancy. I will give points to him for his base because it's the shape of his Shinigami combat pass, so that's pretty cool. I also like Ichigo as a main character, one of my favorites. It definitely has to be above the Sakura one, but I don't know if it's above Reiju. After the things I said about her, I think I'll put her right next to Reiju and in between Sakura as well. But if I'm going over this, I kind of like it more than the Ram. And more than... No, you know what? I'm gonna leave it here. You know, these two do feel interchangeable. I think the reasons I gave for having Ram over this Reiju was because the size. But looking at them right now, they're kind of similar in size. And also, I like Ram more than Reiju. I was gonna do this, have Ichigo in between Reiju and Ram, but that doesn't feel right. It does not feel right. I think I'll leave it as Ram over Reiju and Reiju over Ichigo. Yeah, I think that's better. And finally, for the last one, this one definitely has to be, I think I want to say it, I think I kind of want to put it in S tier. But also, I want to put it below as the top of Would Buy Again. Now, my reasonings for this, the first one I want to get out of the way is Ichigo, favorite MC, or one of my favorite MCs, I should say. I love the pose he's in. It's him in his Bankai state, so that's major points for this one. Some not good points is that the base is a bit too crazy. It does have his hollow mask, so that has some points there, but I'm not a big fan of the coloring given to the effects, and the debris is not too good looking. However, what I would give it major points is that he does have his Horn of Salvation head sculpt, so that's pretty cool, so you can have him without the horn or with the horn. And funny enough, I used to dislike his Bankai design, but I kind of ended up liking it over the years more and more, to the point of really liking it. Oh man, it's funny between this Ichigo and this Sanji one is because for this Ichigo one, I had such high expectations for it that it didn't really meet them, but it's still awesome enough that I really like it. While the Sanji one was kind of the opposite, I didn't really expect too much of it seeing it in person, but it blew me away when I did see it. So these two kind of equal out to me. I like Ichigo far more as a character, but after taking a few seconds of looking at the figures in person, I decided to make the call and have this Ichigo as my final S-ranked statue. And I'll leave Sanji down here, even though I'm so tempted to put him in S-rank as well. I'm so tempted. I'll leave him at the top of Would Buy Again. This Ichigo though, I think I would have to put it above Bankai, Rukia, and the Kaguya freeing figure. The reason being is that I kind of do like the base a little more than the Rukia one. Ichigo being in his Bankai is really cool. It hasn't even been animated yet. I can't wait to see how that looks in the new animation. I think what saved this figure is while the bases are kind of messy, like as I mentioned, I do like the choice of giving it a purple coloring, and the studio gave you the option to change his head to give him the Horn of Salvation mode, which looks really cool. And it's Ichigo. I just really like Ichigo, so I'm getting some bias points there. And I think with that, I'm finally done. I guess let me go over from the bottom one. I honestly did not expect to put this Ironmouse one at the very bottom. which does make me feel a little bit bad. The reason I put this one at the very bottom is because it is a Nendroid, which I am not the biggest fans of. Could have been better, Temari, the Ulta ones, this Ichigo one, and the Luffy one. Yep, that does feel right. When I saw these statues in person, the first thing that came to mind, could have been better. Could have been better. Pretty average. Carrots, Nyanners, Robin. This Dragon Ball Z Naruto One Piece thing. Devil Fruits, Lucy, Inu in a bikini. Bochi, Aqua, Megamin. Okay. Speed run through this. Yeah, this Luffy one, it still gets to me every time I see it. To have this Sanji with the Osoba mask this down low, I guess it kind of fits. I am so disappointed that Sanji did destroy his Germa outfit. I completely understand why he did it, but I also kind of wanted to see him use it more outside of Wano. But what's done is done. Let's see who else noteworthy. I guess the top row here are definitely, I guess, deserved. Lumin, Raptalia. This Giyu one, it's so good, so good. I kind of want to put it over Power, but the only reason I won't is because I really love Power as a character. She's so funny. Erza, and then for the top position of pretty average, it is Ichigo. On Woodbye again. Yep, pretty decent. Love this. I was originally gonna only have this one Roxy figure, but after scrolling through some other figures of her, I ended up buying more of them. So I guess, spoiler alert, I'm gonna have more Roxy figures in the future. This Android 18, love the fan service. This Yoruichi, Inoue, Yamato so cool. Chika, this Nami. This is easily one of my favorite Nami figures. Shinobu, Zoro, and the top four being Denji, Zoro, his 9 sword style, Konan, and Sanji. And finally, for my S tier ones, I got Kaguya, the bare legs version made by Freeing, then Rukia using her Bankai, made by Chocobo Studios, then Ichigo in his Bankai form, made by Dark King Studios, then another Rukia after she's made Captain, made by Chocobo Studios, then another Rukia with her short haired, made by Crazy Art Studios, and fourth place. I had a pettiness, I kind of want to put it on third one, but I won't do that because third place goes to Luffy in his Gear 4th Bound Man, made by TH Studio. Just seeing the picture right now, it looks so good. I actually ended up giving this figure away to my brother, and you know, every now and then I kind of there's that voice in the back of my head where I kind of regret it just because how sick it looks. But at the same time, I'm also glad that I gave it to my brother because he also loves the One Piece. One of the best statues I've seen of Luffy. And second place has to go to Hinata, a 1/4 scale. The quality of this one in person, it is so good. And I really do like Hinata, even though really doesn't get to do much in the anime in general. And I guess I kind of just want to mention this right now. I do love Hinata and Naruto together, but I gotta say, that Naruto the Last, I really dislike that movie. It's so bad, in my opinion, of course. I know a lot of people really like it, but it really soured the relationship between Naruto and Hinata for me. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. I just really dislike that movie. Like, one of the worst things I've seen in Naruto. I just had to say it because I like Hinata. And for first place, I had to give it to the GOAT, Goku in his Super Saiyan 3, made by Infinity Studio. Yeah, it feels right to give him the first place. So good. This was pretty fun to go through. Man, my voice is dying from speaking for over 2 hours. Like I said, I'll probably do this again for 2025 whenever I get new figures coming in. I already have some in. I just haven't gotten to unboxing them yet, but I'm trying my best to keep up. And I guess I could say this for a little tease. For the new year, I ended up buying a camera specifically for unboxing stuff. But before, I was using my phone, which is an iPhone 12, and it did its job pretty well. But I decided to try using a proper camera, and I gotta say, it's pretty difficult to still try to learn how to use it. I don't even know if the quality is gonna be better or worse, but I guess I'll find out as soon as I start recording with the new camera. Can't wait to keep trying. With all that said and done, I'm finally done. I'm gonna head out. My voice is dying. Super tired. Like I said, going through this for 2 hours, I think this is the most I've ever talked. So yeah, I don't know if anyone watched this for this long, but thank you for watching. Expect more unboxings, at least for 1 more year, 2 more years, maybe, depending on how much I get and how fast I can pump them out. This has been fun to record, and it's been fun recording unboxing them. I really wish I've done it earlier because I've already had quite a number of figures before I started recording. but I did miss a big chunk of my collection to show off. And I guess I'll end it with this. While I do love this hobby, I guess, god damn it, dude, it is so fucking expensive. Every now and then when I open figures, and as much as I'm enjoying it, there's always that voice in the back of my head where I really wish I never got into this, because the amount of money I waste on this is so much. But you know what, I put in the work, so I guess this is my reward? Question mark? I don't know. As much as I regret it, I also really just like doing this and owning these figures. There probably will come a time where I regret it, maybe like 20 years down the line. But until then, I guess I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you for watching. I hope this was enjoyable in some shape or form. In any case, that'll be all for this video, and I'm out. Bye.